Welcome back to AM Northwest. The CityCast Portland podcast compiles a monthly guide of what to do in the city. So here to share some fun activities for September, we welcome back CityCast Portland podcast host Claudia Meza. Good to see you again.
Hey, Ellen.
Okay, you've got a lot to get to. There's always a lot going on in the Portland area.
There is.
Yeah,
and
always.
Yeah. What's crazy about September as well is we realize that it's like the month of fests.
Yeah.
There's just so many festivals happening. It's really hard to figure out, like, where am I going to go?
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Which fest to go? Do I?
Yeah.
You know. So tell me about the TBA Festival.
TBA Festival has been happening for 21 years. It's the Portland Institute for Contemporary Art. They bring in artists from all around the world to our little city.
Wow.
And they put on these amazing kind of cutting edge experimental performances. So it's like dance, it's really hard to explain because it's not just visual art, you know?
Right.
It's a very, it's like an experience.
What does TBA stand for?
Time-based art.
Time-based. So do they do things in the moment?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's like another way of saying performance art.
Okay. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, and that takes place where?
Well, it takes place at their building on Northeast Hancock.
Okay.
So if you just Google, PICA or Portland Institute for the Contemporary Art, it'll pop up.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a little home base. What I love about that festival, though, is that there's always like a little beer garden, and it's, I think, one of the best places to get a beer during that festival.
Oh, great.
You meet all these artists. It's so much fun. Yeah.
I love that. You know, and when you get to know the artist, that's when you realize how much you love their art, but then you get to know the artist and it means more to you.
Yeah,
when you take that art home.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, oh, I should have met that person.
Well, there is that as well. That's funny. Okay, the Dragon Boat Festival. Oh, that's fun to do.
Yeah, I've never been on a dragon boat myself. I'm more of a kayaker, but
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go. Also, excellent beer garden, I've heard. There's a theme here.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's by the waterfront. I think it's going to be the perfect end cap for the summer.
Yeah.
We don't really get to have much access, I feel like, in Portland to, just like enjoying yourself on the waterfront.
Yeah.
Like which,
Yeah.
sometimes I wish we did.
Yeah, and actually I've been a part of that festival. I've been in a dragon boat.
Really?
It is really beautiful to see all the dragon boats out there.
Yeah.
And the races are very exciting, and you pick your favorite team. It's really fun.
And they're coming from everywhere. They're coming from California, Washington,
Oh yeah,
Oregon.
it's a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
Awesome.
And they're very competitive.
Oh.
PDX Pop Now Music Festival.
That is just a festival that's like near and dear to my heart. That organization does so much for our local music scene. They put out compilations. My band has been on a compilation. My band has played this festival. They're just, I don't know, they just do so much.
What is the name of your band?
Well, used to be.
Okay.
Explode into Colors. That was
Okay.
my band. No longer play. I am way too busy doing this daily podcast.
Telling people what's available out there.
Yeah. But that's happening. I think for the first time it's going to happen like Southwest, where all these food carts are. Another beer garden.
Beer garden.
Another beer garden.
And I'm sure there's wine available.
Yeah.
Too,
Oh,
as
of
well.
course.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Because, this is Portland. Lose Your Mind Fest.
Oh, Lose Your Mind Fest is this like rough and tumble psychedelic rock fest that started a handful of years ago. Basically just like strings, like just a bunch of basements. It just took place wherever they could put it on.
Yeah.
And now they have, their venue that they're going to do pretty much the entire festival. And I don't know, I feel like I love when people from Portland just sort of decide this is what we're going to do, and it becomes a thing, you know? And yeah, Lose Your Mind Festival, you'll probably never heard any of the bands, but if you go, I think you're going to have a wonderful time.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what are you hoping to eat or drink? And it is a Negroni week?
Yeah, so this is international.
Oh.
It's Negroni week everywhere. It's the first week of September, and it started as a fundraiser for this organization called Slow Food, where in this organization what they do is they preserve ways of cooking foods that are like going out, that are going extinct because of this or that. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And I love that we get to support them by drinking a Negroni. I mean, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not
That's
bad
the
at
first
all.
week in September.
Yeah.
Okay, And you have something just like what we can all do, which is the Swifts.
Yeah, another thing that we do on the podcast for our guides, we do this every month, by the way, is we call them our monthly hacks. And
Right.
it's supposed to be like, hey, this is what, this is the only month that you get to do this, or don't forget to do this, and of course it's September, you got to go see the Swifts.
Yeah.
You got to
That's
go see the
tradition,
Swifts.
right?
Yes.
Have you experienced it?
Oh, pretty much every year.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that when you're trying to explain it to someone, they're just like birds in a chimney. They don't get it, and then you take them, and they're like, "Oh, I get it."
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just also just the everyone there together watching these birds, seeing the hawks try to get them.
Yeah.
If you have kids, bring a little cardboard because there's a nice little grassy knoll everybody likes to go down.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's
oh, I
super
love that.
fun.
And then you just say enjoy all these summer activities, the end of summer activities,
It's
essentially, before the rain hits.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
We're gonna hot one next week, but it's gonna go down from there. We all know this.
Yeah. What are some of your top events that you've been to this year?
Oh my gosh, I've been to so many awesome things. I feel like this is gonna sound so silly, but I just
Not to me.
Yeah, but I just really enjoy like my own neighborhood as the seasons change.
Yeah.
And so I really like right now. No. This season we got a new like swimming dock in Cathedral Park. Thanks to the Human Access Project.
Yeah.
That's a big rep. I love the
Yeah.
Human Access Project. And it was so wonderful just to go see so many people in like what I consider my park
Yeah.
from all over.
Enjoying.
Jumping into the Willamette, having a good time. And that like was one of my top events.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to put all this information on our website at k2.com. And again, it's the CityCast Portland podcast. Claudia Meza, thank you so much.
Thank you, Helen.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.